This presentation is for the close enough accounting exercise. In this presentation, I'm going to demonstrate the end-to-end process of the signer's perspective and also the admin components and system design. So first, we're going to prepare our envelope. And then we're going to upload the template that I have created for this presentation. So this is the template that I have created for this exercise. Later I will explain and walk you through the template. So now that we have added the template, I'm going to show you the recipients of this envelope. So first, we have the applicant, the co-applicant, the CEA credit assessor, and the CEA's legal department. So the first recipients of this document will be the applicant and co-applicant. So they will receive the envelope at the same time. And then followed by the CEA credit assessor. So once the applicant and co-applicant completed and signed the documents, the CEA credit assessor will receive the email. And the credit assessor needs to sign and put the initial on the document. So after the 3 participants have completed and signed the documents, the CEA legal department will receive a copy and review the document. So this is the signing order for this document. So for the applicant and for the co-applicant, they are required to authenticate first before they can do the document. So I have added the phone call authentication for the applicant. So the applicant will receive a phone call and verify the number. And for the co-applicant, the co-applicant will receive an SMS call. And for the credit assessor and the legal department, there is no authentication needed. And below is the personalized message for each recipient. So for the applicant, for the co-applicant, for the CEA credit assessor, and for the legal department. Now we're going to the next part. So I have set a document visibility for the documents for each recipient. So our first document is the joint credit application. This document is visible to all the recipients. Next is the identification and asset statement. So this form is intended for the applicant. So the co-applicant has no visibility for this document. But for the CEA credit assessor and the legal department, they have the visibility for this document as well. So the third document or the third form is the same as this one, but this one is intended for the co-applicant. So the applicant has no visibility for this document, and the credit assessor and the legal department still have this visibility for this document. So now we're going to send the document or the envelope to the recipients. Now that we have successfully sent the envelope, so we go here in the waiting for others. So you can see the envelope that we have sent is now under waiting for others, meaning the applicant, co-applicant, credit assessor, and the legal department have to complete to perform the necessary signing, viewing, and verifying of documents. So now we're going to access the email of the applicant. So our first applicant is Wing Wing. So this is her email. Alright, so we can see that the applicant has received the envelope already, or the email. So we're going to open it. And this is what the applicant will see when the applicant received the email. So you can see the message here, and we can review the document. Alright, so before the applicant can view the document, the applicant needs to authenticate. So you will receive a phone call.
Hello. Thank you for using our phone verification system. Your code is 3798442. Once again, your code is 3798442. Goodbye.
Okay, I think we need to have the confirmation again.
Hello. Thanks for using our phone verification system. Your code is 9610445. Once again, your code is 9610445. Goodbye.
Alright, so now we successfully enter the code, and then we'll just continue. So this is the form that the applicant needs to sign and fill up. So this is the part where these are the fields that the applicants needs to fill up. So for the form, so we have to enter the phone number, and the phone number has a format. So you can see here that you will see a message here that the invalid data, as long as the applicant entered the phone number format correctly, you will see the required and no longer the error. So this one is also required. So the applicant needs to enter the address, and this one is also required. So if the billing address is the same with the mailing address, the applicant just need to check this checkbox, and the field here for the address will disappear. So for the SSN, this one is has a rule wherein when the applicant enters the SSN, it will be hidden. So after the applicant has entered the SSN, the numbers will change to asterisk. Same goes with the annual income. So let's say this is the annual income. It will be hidden. Then the applicant needs to sign. So the applicant can adopt this signature, or the applicant can upload his or her own signature. So this one is for the co-applicant. And And now we're gonna go to the next form. So the phone number is auto-filled, and the email address as well, and then the name. So the applicant needs to enter the SSN, but this time the SSN is no longer hidden. Alright, then the annual income. It's no longer hidden because the co-applicant has no visibility for this document. Now to this part, the applicant is required to upload at least two documents or attachments for this form. So there's a message here that the document that the applicant needs to select two. So we're going to upload. Let's say this is the driver's license. Done. And next. And done. So now we have uploaded two attachments. We're good to go to the next part, which is the asset description. So for this one, the applicant needs to enter at least one asset, and the others are optional. So let's say, and let's enter another one, and let's enter any value. So when the applicant enter the value here, it will we have created a formula here where it will sum up the total numbers of value here, which is 2000. So we're going to sign, and the date is auto-filled, and the applicant is able to see the documents that he or she attached, and just click on finished. So the applicant has an option to save a copy. Just enter the information here, but this time we're not going to get a copy for this document. Okay, so now the applicant has signed and filled up the form. We're going to access the co-applicant's email address and fill up the form as well. So this is the message that we sent earlier, and this is the email that the applicant will receive, the co-applicant will receive, sorry. And then we're going to review the document. So the co-applicant needs to authenticate using the SMS authentication. So we're going to check the authentication code. Alright, so we have successfully entered the code correctly, and we're going to continue. So in this envelope, in this form, you can see the branding and also the logo. So since the applicant has already filled up the form first, so the co-applicant can see the data that the applicant has entered on the form. So this is the co-applicant part. So the applicant just needs to enter the phone number this part, the SSN and annual income are hidden because both applicants and co-applicants have visibility to that document. Now for this one, is not hidden because the applicant has no visibility for this. So I'm going to upload one. If in case you only uploaded one document and you've already filled up the other documents, it won't let you finish the document. I'll show you later. So we're gonna put here car and house. So here we only uploaded one document. For example, we've only uploaded one document here. And sign. It won't let us finish because we haven't completed we haven't uploaded another document. I'm just showing you that the signer needs to fulfill the requirements, which is minimum of 2 attachments. Okay, so now we can see the 2 documents and we can continue and finish the document. Alright. So the applicant and the co-applicant are done. So we now we're now going to access the CEA credit assessor's email address, email account, and we're going to verify and sign the documents since the co-applicant and applicant have completed the form. So this is the CEA credit assessor's email address, email account. So this is the document and this is the message for the CEA credit assessor. So we're going to review the documents and continue. So the CEA credit assessor can see the information that the applicants and co-applicant have entered in the form. So in the requirement, the CEA credit assessor should have the visibility of the SSN and annual income of both applicants and co-applicants, which is in the second form. There. So the CEA credit assessor should sign the document and put the initials here. There. You can see the annual income in SSN and the attachment attached by the two applicant and co-applicant. Then just finish. So it's giving the option to save a copy, so not now. So now the credit assessor has signed and verified the document. We're now going to access the legal department's email account to view the document. Since the 3 participants have completed and signed the form, so so we're accessing the email account, and this is the message that the legal department will receive. So completed, and this is the message. All participants have completed the CAA application form, and this is the personalized message that we have created for the legal department. So the legal department can view the document and verify. No need to sign, as the legal department is not required to sign the document. And you can see here the signature and the information entered by both applicants and the CEA signature as well. And the attachments. Okay. So now that we have completed the verification and signing process, let's now go to the DocuSign, and let's just refresh the page. And now you'll see that all the recipients have completed the process. So that one will go to the completed. It's just taking a while. While we are waiting for the document, for this one to go to the completed folder, we're going to the settings. And show the the branding. So we have added the branding for signing and sending. Alright, so now the envelope has been transferred to the completed. It just took a while for it to go to the completed. So this is the envelope, and this is the time. So we're going to the history of the envelope, and here we can see the timeline of the action timeline of what the participants have the actions here, and the timeline as well. And we'll be able to see here how many times each recipients have viewed the document, what time they uploaded the attachment, what time they signed the documents, etc., and what time they also authenticate here. So we can see here that our co-applicant had viewed the document around this time here. And we can also download the certificate here. Still downloading. Alright, so I have downloaded the certificate, and this is what you will see in the certificate. So as a sender's perspective, you'll be able to see here the details of the document, the recipient's signature here, and the type of authentication that the user used to view the document. For example, for this one, for Wing, our applicant, we used phone authentication, what is the phone number, and the signature as well. This one for our co-applicant, Koala, this is the type of authentication. And yeah, for our credit assessor, this is the signature. And for our legal department, since no signature required, our legal department is should receive the copy. So this one is showing copy. Yeah, this one. So now that we have seen the history, we're now going to the form data. So this is the form data. So we can see here as the sender, the sender can view the information that the applicants and co-applicants entered in the document. So for example, the SSN of the applicant, the annual income, the asset and the amount of asset, and same with the co-applicant details here. Okay. So we can also download it in Excel type of document. So now we have completed the signing process for this document. So all the hidden data will be showing here in the form data, and the sender can see that. Now I'm going to show you how the template was done. So this is my template that I created for this exercise. So as I explained earlier, so we have 4 recipients. So this is the title of my template, and these are the 3 documents that we need for the recipients to sign and view. So first is the joint credit application identification asset, and for the applicant, and this is for the co-applicant. But the credit assessor and the legal department can view all these documents. So here, I've already explained earlier that the type of authentication used for each applicant and co-applicant, and yeah, for the legal department, it's in no need to sign, just receive a copy. And this is the personalized message for each recipient. So we put the name here, there. And there's also advanced settings that don't allow senders to edit the recipient and don't allow the senders to delete the recipients. Same for the credit assessor and the legal department. And for the applicant and co-applicant, don't allow senders to delete recipients. So now we're going to go to the forms. So these are okay, so while this first page is still loading, we're going to proceed with the identification asset statement. So here we can see here the 3 recipients who need to sign the documents and fill up the form, which is the applicant, co-applicant, and the credit assessor. So the yellow is for the applicant, blue is for the co-applicant, purple is for the credit assessor. I'll just refresh the page. So here we put the name, and for the phone number, it says in the requirement that there should be a format for the phone number, which is this one. So I search on the internet the data label. So I look up in the internet the regex pattern that I can use, so we can follow this format. And this is where I found it, and this is what I used. There. So I just entered the code here. Then for the email, there. So for this one, or just like simple text, and email. This is for the mailing. So this one, there's a checkbox here. So if the applicant check this one will disappear as shown earlier. So I put a conditional logic here. So if this box is unchecked, this text box here will show. But if it is unchecked, checked, this one will be hidden. And signature. Then this one is for the co-applicant. So I just change this to co-applicant and then put the fields here. So same same validation for the phone number. And then for the credit assessor, just change this one and then put the sign and date. There. Now for this one, for the attachment, I put a conditional logic here. So if the checkbox is checked, it will show up the attachment option. And then I also put here the validation, select exactly 2. So because it is required for the applicant and the co-applicant to select at least 2 checkboxes and attach documents. Now for the asset description, it says in the requirement that one asset is required and the others are optional. So I put here required field, and for the rest, I uncheck this required field. And for the value, so the first one is required, the rest are optional, and I put here the formula field, the formula, and I created the formula here. So it will sum up the values that the signer will enter here. Same with the applicant. So now that I have already shown how I made the template, we're going to the reports, or we're going to the settings here to show that the completed documents, the certificate of completion, are stored in the CEA OneDrive. So I created a OneDrive here, and it's active, and I set here the certificate, I enabled the certificate of completion. So once we access our OneDrive, it will show us the downloaded certificate of completion. And now we're going to the reports. So the percentage that we got is 75%. It's not 100% because I voided one envelope earlier during my testing. So if we don't have one voided envelope, it should be 100%. So this one depends on the how your envelope was sent, if the signers have completed or declined the document. Yeah, so if the signers have completed, if the envelope were sent successfully and the signers and the participants have completed the signing process, etc., it will become 100. So if there's no void, it should be 100. And there. So this is my presentation for this exercise. Thank you.